What's going on, y'all? Having some slight technical difficulties. Trying to push through it right now, though. Had to restart the computer and everything. Let's see if we can push through this, though. We got a few setups we're looking at right now. I just got to put up all my charts again because I don't know what's going on my computer. Let me know how we sounding, y'all. Let me know how the mic's sounding. All right, cool. Let me go ahead and send this link out. Then we're going to go ahead and get started. You can hear me? All right, cool. What's going on? We're going to go ahead and send this link out, y'all, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. Again, we was having some technical difficulties, but we're here now, so we're going to go ahead and get started. We got a few setups we're looking at right now as well. All right, cool. What's going on, Mario? I see you up in here. What's going on? Yeah, classes in session. So we got a few setups we're looking at, y'all. Again, I had some technical difficulties. Had to restart my computer and all that good stuff, but we are back to business. All right, y'all. So again, yesterday we had a couple big holidays, and like we talked about in the Sunday chart analysis, the markets were pretty much slow and dead all day yesterday. So we didn't take any trades or any setups. But the markets kind of started to wake up last night. GN ended up breaking past that level last night that I was talking about. So we're going to be looking for a retracement retest. Again, if GN can continue to hold 2045 as support, we're going to continue to look for buys. So we're going to be looking for a retest retracement as far as GN is concerned. And then we're also going to be looking at possible GJ buys. Now maintain holding 191.15 as support. So again, the game plan is still the same. We're going to be looking to see if we can break a hold 192 as support. So we can look for buys going to 192.65. And then we're going to be paying attention to gold and G for possible buys as well. All right, y'all. Make sure to go ahead and hit that like button on the live stream and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. We're almost at 3,000 subscribers. We can get to that easily. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When looking at any charts, drop them in the chat. But you already know the drill. We're just chilling, patiently waiting right now. Just dropped 2 new videos for y'all yesterday. Got another video lined up for y'all today as well. Also gonna be dropping that Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana analysis update for y'all today also. So make sure to be on the lookout for that. Do 5 minute just popped up. Those just joining the stream, we have not entered this trade yet. This is the trade idea. Make sure to go ahead and hit that first link in the description. Join the free Telegram. You see on your screens how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves, y'all. Again, we're looking for a couple of retracements and retests on a few charts. GN ended up going as projected a little bit last night. We still see there's still some consolidation and low volume. And then GJ, we're waiting to see if we can break this level. It did tap this level, but again, we want to see if we can break and hold that support. So we're looking for possible GJ buys as well as possible gold buys right now. Now, we do got a couple news events today as well. We just had 2 a.m. GBP news. We also have a 4:30 GBP news today, as well as at 8:30 we got Canadian news, and then we have USD news sometime today as well. But when markets reopen later on tonight, we got Australian news at 7:30, then at 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. New Zealand news. So we got a lot of news popping up today. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, y'all. Y'all see it scrolling at the bottom of y'all screens. Instagram playmaker_way, TikTok _playmaker_way_. USD buy. So I like the other 2 comments you dropped, right? So that's the type of comments I want. So again, I don't mind looking at charts, but be more specific with what you're asking for, right? Because again, it's not that simple as is it buy, sell, right? It's a little bit more to it, right? So, and also you watch any of my trade breakdowns, right? Y'all, shout out to all the new subscribers, shout out to all the new members. But if you go to my playlist titled Trade Breakdowns, I think that's what it's titled, right? Let me go to it as well to make sure I'm not making things up. Let me see what the playlist is. 1 second. Yes, we go to the Trade Breakdowns playlist. There's 80 videos of back-to-back trade breakdowns. All right. And in all my trade breakdowns, you'll never see me talk about liquidity, right? Liquidity is not a factor as far as to determine whether you should go for a buy or sell, right? So stop thinking about that over here, right? That's not what I teach over here, right? So again, if that's what helps you, that's cool, but that's confuse people, especially people I teach, because again, liquidity is not just liquidity that's going to determine whether we go for a buy or sell. There's a lot more factors to it. But we can take a look at Euro USD. And that would have been a nice GN setup to go for, but we missed some. We take some. So we're going to be looking for either retracement, or if price can break and hold 21.15 as support, we can look at buys there as well. There's the same buy setup we took last week with the members. But yeah, let's take a look at Euro USD really quick. GU is looking bullish as well. That would be a nice setup on GU. Yeah, so the markets are slowly waking up right now. Let's take a look at Euro USD. All right, so look at Euro USD. Bullish momentum is coming into play. It's got a little bit of work to do though, but if it can maintain and hold 465 as support, we can look for buys going to 530. All right, so that's what's going on with Euro USD right there. The GBP pairs are waking up right now. Again, we do have GBP news in about an hour as well. New 15 just popped up. Those just joined the stream. We have not entered this trade yet. This is just a trade idea. We have not entered this trade. This is just a trade idea. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal for your Telegram. Y'all see all y'all screens how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. And we didn't take a trade yesterday. Markets were pretty dead yesterday. But make sure to check out the Sunday chart analysis. Again, just like any other week, the Sunday chart analysis goes over not just what we see price doing Sunday night going into Monday, but what we see price doing throughout the entire week, y'all. We went absolutely crazy last week. We went 4-0 in the signal room, giving us a 100% win rate. We're on a 7-trade win streak right now. We went 3-0 the week before that as well. Let me see. I think we're like on a 7-trade win streak. And then if you scroll to February 3rd, you'll see how we ended last month, January, just like y'all see on y'all screens. We went 17-3, giving us an 85% win rate. Only took 3 losses last month, which is not bad at all. You click right here, it's going to take you to the beginning of the month. All wins and losses are posted. You can also see how we ended quarter 4 last year, going 31-4, gives us 1% win rate. But yeah, we've been absolutely going crazy. And then you go to January 6th, you can see how we ended 2024 as a whole. All right. Again, we're just simply waiting for confirmations of volume to kick in. The markets are waking up. They woke up a little bit last night. You missed a few setups, but again, it is what it is. You missed some setups. We're simply just going to wait for the retracement or the next price point to look for entry at. We do not chase trades over here, but we are paying attention to GM, GJ, and gold for possible buy setups today. Again, we do got a lot of news popping off today. We had Australian news last night. We had GBP news an hour ago. We got in another hour GBP news popping off again. We have a 30 Canadian news. We have another USD news at some point. Trump's about to talk about something. That's going to be interesting. Then at 7:30 tonight, we got Australian news. And then 8 and 9 p.m. tonight, we got New Zealand news. We got a lot of stuff popping off today. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. We're looking at charts, drop them in the chat. But you already know the drill. We're just chilling, patiently waiting right now. New 5-minute just popped up. Oh, and I didn't even see this last one. No, that's not always the case. You should never assume because one pair is going up, another pair is going to go up, right? It's just not how it works, right? So a perfect example of that is just looking at the market structures, right? The similarities, but there's also differences. And when we look at GBPUSD, whoops, this is markup one-on-one session. Let's get rid of this, right? And then we look at the market structure on gold. Whoops. Let's get rid of this too. We can see clear differences in the two, right? We can see clear differences in the market structure on GU and gold, right? And then even just looking at EU, right? We was just looking at EU, and we can see a clear difference in market structure in that one as well. So you always want to do your proper full analysis. You never just want to just take trades assuming. I was just talking. It's funny. I was just talking to a member student about this yesterday in a session. Right, a lot of times people make decisions on charts not necessarily based on the market structure or based on the rules of the charts and how things work. A lot of times based on people trying to logically think of things in their head. You get what I'm saying? So again, we look at Euro USD, we look at GU, we look at gold. We see three different things, right? So you never just want to take a trade because you think because this pair is going up or down, that means all these pairs go up and down. No, you always want to do a full analysis. You always want to wait for your confirmations. You always want to do everything the exact same way. You never want to cut corners and things like that. EU looks good for possible long-term sales. Just taking a glance at the daily after the stroll, doing some more analysis. Yeah, we can pull up EU again. We just talked about it, but we can pull it up again. That's no problem. Let's go ahead and pull that thing up. All right, so again, like we said, you gotta do some more analysis on it, right? So right now we have bullish momentum coming into play, right? I want to really look for sells on this now. It's still got a little bit of work to do before we're in the uptrend, but this is the first uptrend possibly coming into play right here, right? So what I mean by that is, again, when we zoom out, we had clear bearish momentum, we see clear drops to lower lows, right? But then we see price kind of struggle to make a new lower low here, and we had a reversal, right? So we clearly see here that this was a support level, now being treated as a resistance. But right now, price is attempting to turn this resistance level to a support. So if price holds this level as support, we can see a new higher high get made possibly, right? So that's what I'm saying. Depending on what happens here, it goes over support, we're going to see the uptrend. And it breaks back below 395 and hold that as resistance. We see the bearish momentum come back into play. But ultimately, it needs to push back below 320 and hold that resistance. Gotta see if gold can break and hold this low as support. Again, y'all, gold can hold 29.14 as support. We can look for buys going back up to 29.28. All right, we've been catching these buys for a little while now. About to continue to do exactly that. Again, you want to just go with the flow of prices. Very, very, very simple. Go with the flow of price. And y'all see we've been riding this thing up literally since January. All right. Let's see if we can catch another setup right. on point. A quick glance at that EU had made a double triple. So yeah, so that goes back to what I was just talking about with who was it? I think it was Mario earlier in the live, right? So again, a lot of confusion in the markets that I'm slowly working on, student by student, member by member, changing the program is a lot of people. Um, and it's not necessarily your fault because it's not like you created this, right? But a lot of stuff in the space are just patterns or a piece to the puzzle. Where over here, I teach y'all first what the picture of the puzzle is supposed to be, so that way you know where all the pieces go, but all the pieces to the puzzle make sense, right? So again, just like we was talking about with liquidity doesn't always mean this, right? Just like that pattern doesn't always mean it's that, right? So just because we see a double top or a triple bottom or angry trapezoid or a happy triangle or whatever other patterns they got doesn't always mean that because we see this, this is going to happen next, right? Which is why a lot of times people get messed up when it comes to trading on the charts because they always think because they see this means that when things are it's situational, right? So again, you gotta learn how to read the charts. You gotta learn how to identify the trend. You gotta understand how to identify reversals, not just necessarily how to identify a pattern in a trend or a pattern that takes place on the charts. You know what I'm saying? It's a completely different thing, right? So that just like all these other things you see online, 9 times out of 10, it's just a piece to the puzzle versus showing you where that piece to the puzzle goes or showing you what the actual picture of the puzzle is supposed to be. You get what I'm saying? But we got a new 5 minute about to pop up in a second. Again, y'all, if you guys want to look at any charts, drop in the chat. Got any questions, drop in the chat. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal from Telegram, y'all. Let's see what else we got up in here. Well, I don't use trend lines, so I can't really talk about trend lines. What do you think of NAS? So NAS, I'm just not messing with simply because it's making all-time highs again. Now, if it retraces some, then I'll go for some buys. Right. And by the way, I went over NAS, gold, as well as all these other charts you see on your screen in the Sunday chart analysis. So make sure to check out the Sunday chart analysis as well, where that's the wrong Sunday chart analysis. So make sure to check out the Sunday chart analysis as well, y'all. First link in the description. It's 4 minutes long, y'all. It goes over all these charts. But NAS, I'm leaving alone because it's making all-time highs still, right? So unless it retraces some, I'm leaving it alone, right? But if it retraces and continues to hold 22,100 as support, I'll look for buys. Or if it retraces to 21,930, I'll look for buys. But right now, just letting it do its thing. But yeah. Really look at the GBP pairs, but again, GBP, we got GBP news in about 50 minutes or so. All right, we got 4:30 GBP news. So I wouldn't be too shocked if the private price keeps doing what it's doing up until that point. Let's put this back on gold. And we see here gold just been showing here for the past few hours. Just simply waiting for volume. Let me see here. Yeah, it's just a daily thing, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta take it day by day. And like I said, especially with trading, it's like there's a lot of stuff to learn, but it becomes simple. It's just a lot of bad information out there. You know what I'm saying? We all just gotta go through it. I deal with it too. First figuring out what's the good information, what's the bad information. It's just part of the game, really. That's why I'm over here doing this stuff like this right here, make it a lot easier, right? Because once I finally figured it out, I realized how simple this stuff was. You know what I mean? I had to go tell people, you know what I mean? Especially because a lot of people online just like me just want to, figure this stuff out, learn. Why everybody trying to make things seem so complicated, which is also why there's all these terms and lingos because people want to try to sound sophisticated and smart on the charts. It's just like that saying. I don't know if you ever heard that saying. I'm not gonna say verbatim because I don't know verbatim, but basically it's like you're not smart just because you can use big words. Smart if you can say something and everybody in the room can comprehend and understand what you're talking about, right? So a lot of the stuff in these spaces people be doing or saying to try to sound like they know what they're talking about, smart, but a lot of stuff is just BS, right? It's not that complicated, right? Just like those videos where you see people with like 3 or 4 computer monitors and they're all big as hell and stacked up together and all this. You don't need a bunch of monitors and all this stuff, right? Like till this day, I still just have my laptop and then I got a second monitor connected to it, right? But till this day, that's all I got. Till this day, right? You don't need no fancy setup or nothing like that. But yeah, everything's still kind of chilling right here. We're going to see what this next hour looks like. Let's see what else we got up in here. Again, a new video dropping for y'all today, not just on YouTube as well as Instagram and TikTok. So make sure to have your bells on YouTube if you subscribe, and then make sure to also follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Y'all see them scrolling at the bottom of y'all screen. What else we got up in here? I was ready to sell NAS until I saw that. But yeah, so even if the all-time high didn't get hit, right? So it goes back to what we always talk about, right? You want to go with the flow of price. You want to go with the flow of price. Another mistake a lot of people make is they're too focused on what price is doing at the exact moment, and that's how a lot of times people get caught up in these quote unquote fake outs, liquidity sweeps, and all this stuff. Right? It's very simple. You just want to go with the flow of price. We're in an uptrend, so there's no point or time that we should be looking for sales in the uptrend. Even if price ends up retracing today, that's still not a smart move to go for. And again, trading isn't just about a strategy. Trading isn't just about understanding how to read the charts. It's also about consistency, having a game plan, sticking to that game plan, and discipline, right? So a lot of times people try to just chase what price is doing at the exact moment. What I'm teaching y'all is to understand where price is going overall, wait for that next exact place to enter and ride the wave, which is why again we have such a high win rate and the moves we catch are so big, right? Especially when they surpass and hit all the TPs. Um, so let me go into Telegram, try to find some examples. Well, gold just did something, so let's go back to gold really quick because my alert just went off. So before we go into teacher mode, let's make sure we don't miss any setups because charts love to take off once I start trying to break things down. So let's just put this right here really quick. Looks like it's trying to wake up a little bit. All right. All right. So here's some examples right here. Right. Right. So this don't just look like big news, right? So let's look at the dates: the 7th, the 8th, December 31st, January 2nd, all that good stuff, right? So these aren't just big drops, right? These are a lot of pips caught with each one of these moves, right? So we go to, what was the 7th, the 8th? Let's do this really quick. I think this was January 7th, 8th. All right, so let's see. What day was this? Okay. This was GU, GJ, GU, GJ. Am I on the right month? Did I go too quick? What month? January 7th. Did I pass it? Or did I not post it in here that day? Am I tripping? No, that says January 7th. So I don't know why that's not popping. Give me 1 second. Right? Maybe this one wasn't a signal. Maybe that's what it was. Let me pull it up, man. If I can't use this one, I got another one like this to use as an example. I don't just want to use a trade I took as an example. I also want to use a signal called. So maybe I didn't call this one as a signal. I just took the trade. We're about to find out right now. Again, if you guys got any questions, drop in the chat. When you charge, drop in the chat. But now I'm curious. I'm about to go into the advanced play signal and see. Maybe I didn't call this signal. I just took the trade. Let's see. No, we took GJ sales. So we took GJ sales that day. So gold would probably take the same day we took GJ sales. All right, so let's go to another setup where we could actually use that example. All right, we can still use that as an example, but I wanted to show it on a trade we also took. So we'll take, what was that, the 16th? We can do that one right here. But while we're here, right, these aren't just big drops. These are big moves that were caught as well, right? So we see here, this was 10 a.m. So this was New York session, beginning of New York session. Price dropped from the beginning of New York session Tuesday all the way into London session Wednesday, all the way into New York session Wednesday, all the way into London session Thursday. So this was 2 going on 3 days of dropping, right? But this wasn't just 2 going on 3 days of dropping. When we go into the bigger time frame, all right. Again, what was that? The 8th, the 9th, right? The 2nd. We can also see that these were lower lows when we look at the flow of price. So not only do we cut the entire lower low, but we caught the entire move for the day as well on top of that, right? So this is what I'm trying to get y'all to be able to do as well. So this is why you want to go with the flow of price and go with the trend, right? Because again, when you go with the flow of price, you go with the trend, you're going to be having everything going in your favor, right? Versus you have more things going for. That's why people be talking about bears versus bulls, because people think that buyers are going against sellers when that's not necessarily what's going on as far as us as traders are concerned, right? We don't move or control the markets no matter how much people try to make it seem like we do. But again, y'all, we got GP news in 30 minutes. Let me catch up to the chats. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Let me see what we got up in here. Yeah, even if you want to swing, you still want to swing with the flow of price. Even if you're looking for a long-term swing trade, you still want to swing with the flow of price. Just like that GU setup. That was a swing trade, but I still swung with the flow of price. You get what I'm saying? Corey, if you go to my YouTube channel, you go to the playlist, go to the trade breakdown playlist. There's 80 videos of back-to-back-to-back trade breakdowns. I go over from start to finish, various different buy and sell setups. All those buy and sell setups are trades I personally took, as well as signals called and advanced signal, right? So make sure to check that out if you want to learn basically the process of the trades I take. But if you want to step by step for me directly, links are in the description. I still got spots open for one-on-one sessions, as well as there is the official playbook course, right? And again, if you watch any of my YouTube videos, the last 2 minutes of all my YouTube videos, last 2.5 minutes, I go over all the details of my programs and services. But if y'all got questions, we can talk about that right now. I just typically don't like to talk about them unless people ask, because somebody for the first time sees my channel. People are going to make assumptions. The last thing I need people to assume is that I'm like these other people. So they come on here, and the first thing they see is me talking about what I offer. They're just going to be like, "Oh, you're just another one of those people," right? It's a little bit different. Y'all asked me about it. Let's put this back. You're right. I've been here for a while. Price action really works. I've been trading, counter trading, which those are all exactly. And that's another thing, y'all. Again, everything I tell y'all to do, I personally do. Everything I tell y'all not to do, I don't do. Right? Everything I tell y'all to do, I do, because I know what happens when you don't do it. Right? Everything I tell y'all not to do, I don't do, because I know what happens when you do it. You see what I'm saying? It's called the playbook for a reason. Like I always tell the members and students, the goal when it comes to trading isn't to catch every pip in the market. That's not the goal. The goal is to go for high probability, high quality setups. That is what we do over here. We're not here to try to chase the markets, sing, squirrel across the street or something. We're here. What we do is calculate it, right? Which is why we patiently wait for setups. Which is why we're picky for setups. We're picky about setups. Right? Everything is calculated. Makes sense. If you can't explain why you're doing it, then you shouldn't do it. And if you can't explain why you're doing it, but you know it's best, you still shouldn't do it, right? It's that simple, right? A lot of times people know what we should or should be doing on the charts, but we still just end up just doing it just because, again, like we talked about earlier in the live, just like a discipline, sticking to the game plan. Gotta stick to the game plan. Got to stick to the game plan. New 5 minutes about to pop up in a little bit. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we get any charts, drop them in the chat. We're gonna be on for a little bit longer, y'all. Make sure to go ahead and like the live too, y'all. See what we have. See what we have. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate the subscribes too. Shout out to the new subscribers. Again, make sure to explore the playlist, y'all. Again, we're not just here listening to this nice music, this beautiful music. Pay attention to how price is reacting to these levels, y'all. Again, this is the reality of trading. We're waiting for our confirmations. We're waiting for volume to pick up. We're waiting for our setups. But we also got news about to pop off in a little bit. New 15 just popped up. So we're going to be on. I was going to end it, but we're going to be on and see how this news plays out. All right, so we're going to be on, see how this news plays out, see if it does something or not. Again, we see price have kind of just been chilling until. So let's see what happens. And we have GBP news at 4:30. New 5 minutes about to pop up in a little bit, y'all. Got a new video dropping for y'all later on today during New York session, so make sure to be on the lookout for that. Dropped 2 new videos yesterday for y'all. I got a lot more videos lined up for y'all this week as well. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Y'all see that scrolling at the bottom of y'all screens. Instagram's playmaker_way, TikTok _playmakerway_. Post daily on both pages. What's y'all's favorite pair to trade? Right? I think we all got a favorite pair to trade. What's y'all's favorite pair to trade? While we wait for this news to pop off, we got a new 5 minute about to pop off in a second. And y'all, we're just vibing, waiting for this U15 to pop up. But these live streams are for y'all, so you guys got any questions or maybe can any chart, drop them in the chat, y'all. Let's see what we got up in here. Still trying to figure that out. EU and GU so far. EU. Yeah, when I was first starting, I liked there's still a few charts a few pairs I trade still from the beginning as well. EU, GN, one up for GN, yeah. When GN's moving, GN is nice, right? I like GN as well. Now my favorite currency pair to trade it's gotta be GJ though. I don't know, just something about GJ. I like GJ. It's like not just risk reward wise, but pip wise, you can catch a decent amount. I can't show that's G trades. Yeah, I like GN as well. We've been trading GN for a while as well, as you can see. Been trading GN for a minute too. This was all the way back in 2023. You can tell this was a while ago because I have all this old. This is back when I used to go live on TikTok before they banned me. They banned me like 3 times on TikTok, y'all. I don't know if y'all know that. They're like, yo, this dude right here, he actually knows what he's talking about. We cannot let this man roam free on the app. So they banned me. I don't know if ban's the right word. I got one account suspended indefinitely. I'm never getting that account back. Then I lost another account and I got another account shadow banned. And then there's the account that I'm on now. Right, but that was back when I used to live stream on TikTok. I don't live stream on TikTok no more because they don't let me, they don't push me out, man. Yeah, I wonder if anyone's in here from back in the day, back on the TikTok live. I might bring that back this year. We'll see. Maybe when I get some more followers, I'll go do TikTok lives again. We used to go live like 3 times a week during New York session on top of the London session lives. People kept on reporting me. They're like, this dude's giving out too much game. They did not like what I was doing on that app. Yeah, a lot of y'all's favorite TikTokers took me down. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna drop no names though. They gonna give them more clout. But some of y'all's favorite TikTokers took your boy down back in the day. What else we got up in here? I think I have a favorite session, Asian dude, because I have 9 to 5. Yeah, Asian session is nice. Asian sessions are nice. Like I said, back in the day when I used to work 2 jobs, I like Tokyo and London sessions for that specific reason. That was the most time I had to be able to not only be on the charts to practice and study, but to also, like actually take setups, right? Because online, I was talking to a member about this yesterday during a one-on-one session, right? Because online you'll see people always talk about New York session, but most people work during that time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like unless you have a job where you can be on a computer or something like that, it's kind of hard to trade during New York session when you work during New York session. You get what I mean? So 4:30 finally has come. Let's see if this is going to wake the markets up. All right, that'd be nice. Again, we got 4:30 news for GBP pairs right now. Then going into New York session, we got 8:30 Canadian news. Then we got Trump speaking at some time today. And then later on tonight at 7:30, we got Australian news. And 8 and 9 p.m., we got New Zealand news. So we just had our alert go off. Let's see what that was for. That looks like gold. Let's see if we can hold that level. GU still taking a nap right here. That would have been a nice GN move to have caught. No, not necessarily. It depends. Like if you like, I can't even say it because it just depends, right? So that's something people say a lot as well, and I used to think that too until I started to trade Tokyo session, right? So Tokyo session is only really slow if you're trying to trade like I can't even say indices or gold because indices and gold still have sometimes during Tokyo session where they'll do moves, right? But every pair has a session where it moves slow, and every session has slow periods. So do not be confused or fooled thinking Tokyo session is a slow session, right? Because things take off during Tokyo session, right? Things take off during Tokyo session. Um, so yeah, but I used to think that too until I started trading it. Uh, and way back in the day, we used to trade Tokyo session religiously in advanced play signal. And another thing, so again, everybody can have their ideal session y'all want to trade. But never think because it's going to take this setup, right? If your confirmations are met, you like what you see on the charts, you're not over leveraging, you're sticking to your game plan, take the setup. You get what I'm saying? Right? Because that's like people that talk about Sundays. Not every Sunday night there's going to be a setup, but there are Sunday nights where there's setups you can take. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on again the charts and the market conditions. Yeah, but we stayed for 4:30 to see some action was about to pop off. It looks like it's just another candlestick. I'm sticking on the charts. Let me catch up to these chats, y'all. Let me catch up to these chats. See what else we got up here. Um, yeah, sometimes you do catch some big news or just sets me up. Zero USD. Yeah, I used to trade. I used to trade. Yeah, y'all go to the free signal, free Telegram. And y'all go back in the day. All right. Whoops! I'm glad I did this on my other screen. Whoops! Hold on, y'all. I'm done clicking things on accident. Yeah, but if I go to the free signal, free Telegram. First thing in the description. I used to trade anything that had a candlestick. Like we used to trade anything like you see, I used Euro GBP, Euro AUD. Y'all never even see me type or talk about these pairs, but I used to trade these pairs back in the day too. I used to trade literally anything and everything when I first discovered how these markets work, right? Like I used to trade anything and everything with the chart, right? So that's why I always tell y'all AUD New Zealand. Like y'all don't see me talk about none of this stuff. Jared 30. When y'all heard me talk about Jared 30, right? So I say that to say it doesn't matter what y'all trade, right? If it because what I teach isn't specifically working on just one pair, right, or one session. What I teach is how to read the charts. So if the markers are open, confirmation of that, you see something you like, take the setup, right? But yeah, I used to trade anything you could think of back in the day. Um, right, I used to trade all types of stuff back in the day. Mhm. These charts are still just kind of napping right now. Now, Mario, I'm gonna be tough on you because you are a member and student, right? Um, so don't take it personal. But you've been in this live this whole time, right? I'm not looking for buys, and I'm not looking for sells on GJ. We're not in a downtrend as of now, right? So again, if you have not already, this isn't just for you, this is for everybody. Go into the free signal, free Telegram, and watch the Sunday chart analysis. It doesn't just go over what we see price doing Sunday night going into Monday, but it goes over all the news this week as well as my projections of what I see price doing throughout the entire week, right? Now, the only way I'm looking for sells on GJ is if it breaks below and starts to hold 190.95 as resistance. You can see short-term sales. But the only way I'm going to consider the downtrend back in play is if we break and hold 190 as resistance again, right? Which we could see here that price is still respecting. Let's get rid of this. This low as support. So we're not going for sales anytime soon unless we break back below these levels here. All right, but if we're above these levels, we're going to be looking for buys. We was going for sells on these levels back in the day, but that's when we was in a downtrend. We're not in a downtrend right now. We're still in reversal territory. All right, so we're not looking for sells on this yet. Which is one option to do. So we're testing. It looks like these things are going to retrace for us, which is fine. What else we got up in here? What else we got up in here? Tokyo session. It's not necessary that I don't bring back that I took away Tokyo session, right? Because if we look at last week, you know what I'm saying? If we look at last week, this trade played out during Tokyo session, right? Like we took this during London session, but the final TPs and stuff got hit during Tokyo session, right? We go to GP New Zealand on this buy, we can see this was playing out. It took place during Tokyo session, right? So, but also, if I took a trade the day before or that day and it was a winning trade, I'm not gonna feel a need to trade. I'll just wait for the next day, right? Because I already accomplished what I came to accomplish on that day on the chart. So I already met my daily goal. So I'm done for the day, right? So that's another thing, right? So one thing I do now, especially in my trading career, is I am not over trading and I'm not taking more trades than I need to, right? But that's also why I always do the New York price watch list. The New York price watch list isn't just for New York. That's just when I'm dropping it, right? Because you watch the New York price watch list, a lot of charts play out during Tokyo session as well. All right, so we got GU retesting, we got gold still trying to figure its life out, and then GJ and GN are retracing. So we're gonna let them retrace. What else we got up in here? Yeah, looking at the chart is important. Yep, you gotta look at the chart. Oh, okay. So no, and rewind this too, so you can understand what I'm telling you, right? So you was asking about a sell. I said that we are not looking for sells because we're not in a downtrend yet, and I explained what I explained, right? And your response was, okay, only wait for confirmation. No, that has nothing to do with what we just talked about, right? was asking about GBPJPY sales. I told you we're not looking for sales right now because we're not in a downtrend. You know what I'm saying? You should always wait for confirmations, but those confirmations have nothing to do with what we just talked about, right? It's two different things right there. But yeah, y'all, shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody that's been in the live. Shout out to everybody that's been alive since the beginning. Shout out to everybody that's been alive since y'all joined. I was looking to see if I stayed live for y'all. Make sure you hit that like button. I stayed later than usual to see if we would get some action during the news, but nothing happened. You already know we're still going to be on the charts though. There still is plenty of London session, and of course, still plenty of New York session to go. Again, make sure to keep in mind those times we do have high impact news. Members, you already know in a few hours, I'm going to drop the New York price watch list for y'all today. Got a new video dropping for y'all, not only on YouTube, but as well as Instagram and TikTok. So make sure to be sub to the YouTube, have y'all's bell on. And also follow me on Instagram and TikTok. If you want to learn how to identify these levels, interested in signal servers with mentorship program, make sure to go ahead and hit those links in the description. Again, we've been going absolutely crazy. Let's go back into the free signal through Telegram so we can show y'all just how we can perform it. If you want to learn how to identify these levels, signal service or mentorship program, make sure to hit those links in the description, y'all, as well. But if you scroll to, let me find the date. Because I don't know the date either. We're about to find out together. Where is it? You scroll to January 6th, you'll see how we ended the entirety of 2024. We went 181 wins, 23 losses, giving us an 89% win rate, which is one of the best, not the best in the game. I don't care what nobody says. Nobody's doing it like this over here, y'all. If you go to subscribers, you go down to photos, there's over 1,000 photos, 3 years worth of receipts of screenshots of positions, screenshots of signals, as well as student results and testimonials. You can scroll all the way to 2022 and you see that nothing changed but the year and the date. But we've been doing this for a very, 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 very long time. As you can see, we're all the way to 2023. Nothing's changed but the date. All right. We got students making 24% in a month, which ain't bad. See screenshots, signals, student results, testimonials, all that good stuff, y'all. Yeah, it's called the playbook for a reason, and I'm your boy Playmaker Way. And yeah, we'll be back at the same time tomorrow, London session 3 a.m. EST, y'all. All right.